Hey there, fans of Brotherly Love Wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, Brotherly Love Wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. You just see me here. Fucking Larry went MIA on us, so Joe Corrado here. Brotherly Love Wrestling at its finest. With us today, Hale Collins from the Now.
Yes.
Sitting in, which is fucking two guys gonna outdo Vic and Larry. That's basically what it is. Hale was on time. Vic, suck it. And fucking,
yeah,
here we go. This is it. That's
what was he late?
No, he says you're never going to be on time, and they don't know how we're going to be able to do this without them. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
wow,
we're already in. We've already started. Larry might have had to hit record for me, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So, Hale, huge congratulations. First show, ACW. I mean, I don't even know numbers or anything like that. I was there live, like fucking the whole show. Amazing. Start to finish. Packed house. Like, I feel like it was a huge success. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it was definitely more than we imagined. It's really like the best way to explain it is like the movie The Field of Dreams.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, we just built it and we went all out. We went even more out as the time went by, and we got like a financial scare, for a little bit, and all of a sudden, people just showed up. Like we had like I would have to say like a 500 person walk up.
Really, a 500 person walk up and bought on the spot.
Yeah, it was like. I would say like around between 400 and 500 people just showed up the same day.
That's more than what regularly running indie promotions get for a full show.
Yeah, remember the Field of Dreams? The cars were coming.
Yeah, they just kept coming. Yeah. Also, Wayne's World also pulled that off as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. It's perfect. Yeah, and so we kept adding seats. We had to add seats, add rows. It was really awesome. And then just little things happened that was like so perfect. Like one of our buddies that helped us with production, like he had like those firework boxes.
Yeah.
And that's where Vic comes to play. He knows the exact name of what those firework boxes were. But like they were, hey, you want us to bring these? We're like, yeah, 100% bring those. We just gotta get the stuff to put them in. And we did. That's why you saw the fireworks coming out. Like,
yeah, you guys had legit pyro.
We had pyro.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I remember being like, I remember watching like the beginning of the show with Dutch, because Dutch was there, he like just showed up, just hang out, and like
it was nice of him to say hi.
Yeah, I know. He was incognito because but like, and I'm like, hey, Dutch, watch this. And he's like, what? Check this out. And the pyro goes off. He's like, what the fuck? You got pyro? Yeah, pyro. But no one knew how it all came about. But they do now. But it was actually really cool. So stuff like that kept happening, like little things,
What was the biggest shock to you for the show? Like just a feeling. Like what was just
the screen. That screen looked awesome, didn't it?
Yeah, the fucking
Like that.
the theme song, like the production was incredible. Like it didn't feel like it was hard to describe. It didn't feel like an indie show per se. Like it was because
Yeah.
I mean I've been to numerous indie shows and I mean this didn't feel this like it felt like a special event. Like it,
Yeah, it's just like I said, things just kept evolving. Like we said, should we brand this show? We're like, yeah, let's do some branding. Let's make it look something that's not because I was always fascinated with how Ring of Honor branded and back in 2003, 4, 5. Like they continued it, but like when I was there during Ring Crew with DeVito and the Carnage Crew and Cheech and Cloudy and all these guys back in the day, the Outcast Killers, we were doing the Ring Crew for them, and I remember setting up the production, all that stuff, and they did some crazy stuff to make it look like a different show than anything else. So I didn't want it to look like how every other show looked, And my Vic agrees, and we just want it to look. That was my vision, like how Ring of Honor. Remember on the Ring of Honor, they had like the Ring of Honor plates around the guardrails,
yeah.
and like the small stuff like that separates everything. Like the ring, the apron. We didn't get the ring apron custom because we're not sure if we're going to go with a different ring in the future, so we don't want to waste the money on the size. But like it's there, and the turnbuckles we want branded. So we have to do those and just like a bunch of stuff. Branding was a big part of what our vision was, and I'm happy it came across that way.
Not to mention
that's the way
the title can go toe to toe with any major title that's out there right now. I mean,
just we're getting titles made. We got very lucky, and
they're legit. Like I've seen some pretty fucking wonky titles. Like this thing's like legit.
Well, if you're a belt mark, like you don't want a crappy title. Like I love titles. Like I'm very judgy on like what a title looks like and what it shouldn't look like.
Well, not only that, but you can go the other way with it, and someone will judge you if it looks like shit,
like crap.
Yeah, like they'll be like,
I was on the fence. I was on the fence with a little more of the black inside in the middle, like a little too much black, but it was like a discussion, and we went with the black. A little more black and gold in the middle, and it came out really great. It really popped the ACW in the middle, and I'm happy we went with that design. Yeah.
It's a solid belt. You got a solid champion right now.
Wait until you see the national title. That's gonna look really cool.
So you got the women's title, correct?
Yep.
You got the tag titles.
Yes, sir.
And then you're gonna have a national title.
Yeah.
And is that all going to be for the next show?
It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen May 17th. We're not going to waste any time.
Holy shit. So you guys hit the ground running and you're going to try and just fast track this, basically.
Yeah, like I don't think an independent ever had a women's title in the Civic Center. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So like some wrestling companies never even have a women's title.
I mean, a lot of people don't have enough women and don't feature enough women to justify a women's title.
That's true. So we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go all in here. Yeah, just
you can't say that again. That's already trademarked. You guys have to come up with another. You can't be all in. You got to be something else.
All now. Yep.
So let's fast forward a little bit. We got the show coming up. This one was a huge success. You just said it. We're introducing new championships. I know Larry and Vic touched on a little bit, but not much was released when they talked. So, surprise, surprise, they leave it to the fucking A team to bring everything up because they couldn't do it themselves. Jesus. So, we find out that Moose is going to be there. He was just announced either a day or two ago. TNA fucking X Division champion going to be there, so more stars added to the mix. So far we got Most Marketable versus Always Ready.
That's gonna be, they've been trading back heat on Twitter too. Like they've been like talking some shit to each other. So that's
the way it should be. Use social media for an advantage. Like don't use it to be a schmuck and just fucking belittle people. Use it for advantage to build a story, because if you're a show like yours and if you're a quote unquote independent, social media is huge for building a story because you're not going to be in the ring until when? May 17th? Is that
Yeah.
so you got over 2 months of build that you got to do. So you kind of got to do vignettes and social media back and forth. I mean, unlike you and Vic and Senta Slaughter, who have seen each other more times than I think I've been alive. And that was another match that was just announced. Cage match. Like you go from table match to cage match. I think the only thing you got left is death match. Buried alive. Buried alive match. I don't know what ambulance match. Like there's how the hell are we going to end this series of fights? Because you guys are destined to either go forever or go until someone's dead.
Yeah, it's for the titles too. We had to because we were gonna do like a tournament and stuff like that, but unfortunately, that doesn't. There's not enough time in a show to do that. You could do other things, but we'll just do it. And when we announce the next show, May 17th, maybe we'll do something there. But right now, this is what we got, and it pops me huge that Joel Gertner is going to be our manager once again, and with that kind of experience behind a team. I mean, come on, he managed the Dudleys.
Yeah.
I don't see us losing. I don't see us losing at all.
Now, I'm interested to see the actual structure, like the actual cage structure, because I mean, I don't know, but in your mind, I see you going like old school, like WWF, like.
I wish we don't have it made. I wanted the blue cage, man. It's really bad. We brought out the number thing for the Royal Rumble from back in the 90s, late 80s.
We appreciated that.
Yeah, I'm happy you did because some people didn't know, but some people saw it. Wow, no way, they got that thing.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So we are gonna have a little bit of that going on in the show again. Hopefully, people can see some of the nostalgia that we brought back, but made it now again. But with the cage, I don't want to set the expectation, but it's not going to be the blue one.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be cool, and it's the first cage match I think in 15 years, maybe
in the Civic Center.
Yeah, the Civic Center. So that's an attraction, and it's going to be violent because I don't care how hard I hit Moff. I don't care how hard I hit Sean. I'm sure they don't care how hard they hit us at this point. So it's going to be
you also have a history of jumping off those things.
Yeah, but I'm not. That was. We'll see about that.
We're trying to get you to not jump off anything because
everyone's trying to talk me out of it because the first time I did it, it couldn't went any better,
Yeah, but then you tried it again and it didn't go as well.
I don't think it's gonna go. You never know. I mean, I've only done it once, so it depends on the crowd, depends on the feel, it depends on if I feel it. If the crowd's hot and I know I don't feel anything by how hot they are, maybe I'll do it. If they're dead and they're lame, then I'm just not gonna really do that.
I don't know if that can be the case in a cage match. There's not too many people that are going to be.
Nah, man, that crowd was awesome. The Poughkeepsie, there's no one like the Poughkeepsie fans, man. The Poughkeepsie fans are just they're a
they're a special breed.
Special breed, like I said in many your podcasts, it was always the Philly fans for the Poughkeepsie fans during the ECW era. It was always the Philly fans would bus up with Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson would get a big bus, and he would come up there, a bunch of fans from Philly. And they would sit in the bleachers because they were all bleacher creatures. Those fans, and the Poughkeepsie crews have the first 5 rows, so
those bleacher seats are fucking perfect.
They're the best.
The viewpoint, the vantage point for the whole show.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because we were in those first 4 rows, and we booked it up to the bleachers. If you go to the top, it's the best seat in the house.
I say that, and I always said, if you don't get first 3 rows, if you're a really diehard fan, if you don't get the first 3 rows, get bleachers, because sometimes people. But I mean, some people say there's no bad seat in the house for the Civic Center, because it's compacted, really.
Yeah,
it's built nicely for events, but. If you're one of those people that want to watch every single detail of a match, you might want to either 1 through 3 or go on the bleacher. That's what I always did when I went there. If I couldn't get first for either the first 3 rows, I got the bleachers because I was too diehard of a fan to miss anything. But I don't know.
And that's what kind of got me because I'm short. So I was in the fourth row and I can't see over certain people. So if you're
they should
short,
stand up anyway. Like like I always hate that too. Like if people on the floor, they should stand up. They have everything in front of you. You know?
yeah. Well, you know what? Some people are ignorant. I'm gonna chalk that up to being New Yorkers, but that's just me. Fucking
Yeah, typical New Yorker. Right?
yeah, it really is. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. But
it was cool that Poughkeepsie got to see like the indie. Not, I don't even want to say indie. The professionals that aren't on TV right now. You know, because we got the best of the best. Like it wasn't just we scouted out like the best like guys that aren't on TV that aren't noticed. That's another thing I want to bring back. I just don't want to bring back like just names. You know, like I want to bring back guys that who people have never heard of, but I know can go. You know, so it's like hopefully we can bring back the chant like. Please come back. Like, please come back. Please come back. If the fans love him, because I never even seen him before. So, like, it's cool that I want to do that too. You know, like one of the guys I think is very good. And he's going to break out soon, I feel. But I'm happy he's with us right now. Is Dante Casanova. He's one of those guys right now. He do some things in the NWA, but like, man, when people realize how good that dude is he's going to skyrocket. You know, Landon Hale's another one. I told I had a discussion with Landon Hale and try to make the best out of this Royal Rumble. And that if you watch that Royal Rumble, Landon Hale is taking all the sick bumps, like going up to everybody. I want to take everything, so he's another special breed. So like, it's cool that we have some guys that some people aren't familiar with, and hopefully our shows will help them get them where they need to be.
yeah, because I mean, a lot of the bigger name promotions are bringing in the same guys every single show.
Same guys. Like how many times are you gonna see the same guys? Like I don't want to keep saying I'm biting off Ring of Honor, but when I was there in 2004, like five-ish, like they had you saw like Jack Evans versus someone else, and no one knew who Jack Evans was. Because they didn't have social media. He wasn't on TV. Some people knew from PW Insider, and like shit like that, but nobody knew who he was. So when that guy started doing some stuff like Jack Evans does, the crowd was shocked. They were like, holy shit, this guy's amazing. And then people wanted to go back to see him. They only could see him at Ring of Honor. So like, because, that's something cool to do, like just shock the fans. I'm like, all right, some ignorant fans are, oh God, who's this nobody? Like who's this nobody wrestling? I came here to see, so-and-so that's on TV for past 20, whatever years. And it's like, so they almost write people off because they haven't seen them on TV, right, on their skill level. So I'm hoping to grasp those fans where like after they watch it, holy shit, this guy should be everywhere. This guy's amazing.
I mean, the fan base that was there, I mean, they seemed just happy to be there. Like anything that you were putting in front of them, they were enjoying. Like the match, the pace was great for the whole event. The match selection and how they fit in the time slots, like how you booked it, was great. There wasn't like a lull. Like there was it's almost ran to the point, and then you ended it at a perfect time because you weren't too exhausted. Like sometimes shows will go 5-6 hours and you're just fucking beat. I mean, I'm an old guy. Like I know young kids will be like, you fucking old man. But you know what? There's a certain amount of time that you can tell a fucking good enough story. Like that's why you get these people that you get, because they can do that. They have an allotted time. They're not going over or anything like that. And they can give you entertainment in the allotted time. I mean, that's how a professional wrestler should operate.
Well, also that's why they have time. It's almost like comedy. You have a certain time to get through. You
get the red fucking light up at the top of your head.
Yeah, so it's like, and plus with that venue, you can't go over. Like you can't just be like, all right, you know what? I know we have the building to 11. Sorry, we got done at 1. That can't happen. That's not going to happen. So it's like,
I would imagine that's probably a substantial upcharge after that.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's not, I mean, it's not. It's a real venue. Like I'm not trying to take credit away from other venues, but like it's like these people are legit. This is the building, what it does, holds events. So like you
sign a contract.
They're just as professional as we are. So it's like we can't be like, you just can't do that. You know, it's like not. It's actually not professional at all if you even go over your 2.5 hours, 3 hours. You know, like back in the pay-per-views cut off. I mean, like if W went over a certain like 3 hours, they were just dead air.
Yeah,
You know, like
and that was
it's
that was the worst way to fucking end it.
worst, and somebody got fired. Like, you know, so it's like it's not gonna be us. So it's like just, but everyone was really cool. This guy, you know, and also what I really liked is like we try to like we were inspired on how a show should flow like ECW. Like one thing turns into the next. You know, a match ends, but maybe goes into the match ends into something next. Like there's no really. All right, they walk to the back. All right, match number 2. You know,
I
no,
liked what you did
ends.
with Real One. Came out, did a promo, led to a match. I mean, that was really good. And then you had the FBI come out, bring them pizza, and that led to their fucking match. Like there was you set things up. Like it wasn't just like you're saying. At least
Keep it
it
going.
gives you. It's like the little things that you're talking about. That you can appreciate, like the little things that you guys were doing that you don't really. I mean, some of it comes off like, yeah, that's a little corny, but fucking at least it makes sense. Like that's all you want it to do is make fucking sense.
Just be interested. Don't be like, oh, this sucks. This is boring.
Yeah.
But also like shout out to our production, like Credo, you know, Steve Credo, our guy does all like the graphics and the videos. That guy's just like on another level of like talent. Like we're lucky to have him. Like he's pumping this stuff out, you know, like and we're very happy to have him be on our team. This guy has like so much experience. He's happy to be there. Plus we've known him. We know him for years. You know, he's just a diehard fan of wrestling than you are, and I am, and every like the real rooted diehards. You know, he even went to these ECW events back in the day. So he has just enough passion as we do to make this work. So he actually has good ideas too because he's, you know,
And he's talented. I mean, he's more talented. I mean, you surround yourself with talented people that actually enjoy the fucking business. I mean, we don't bring much to the table, but we try.
No, you do. Yeah, a lot. So like you know, like that, like even you guys are part of our team. Like, you know, you are a part of our team, and it's like it all worked out because like everyone had something to bring to the table and wanted to work. You know, everybody that's part of this team, part of the ACW team, wants us to work and be special. And there's no egos. We all come up with an idea. We kind of voted it or we voted out. Sometimes you have a bad idea, you know, but you think it's a good one. And then people talk about it like, oh, you know what? That does suck. That would
Barbecue
suck.
on pizza. Yeah. Barbecue chicken on pizza. Fucking someone had that idea and no one fucking checked them at the door.
Yeah, no one checked like, hey, barbecue sauce, using the barbecue sauce as the red sauce is overkill.
I had to bring it back. Sorry.
Oh man, I still got hot about it. Like that's going everywhere. It's like it's going everywhere. Everybody that order guys barbecue chicken are copying all the wrong people. I wanted to. I was this new pizzeria opened up in town. I go on there. Can't wait to check it out. No red sauce on the barbecue chicken pizza. I'm like, dude, is this barbecue chicken pizza? He's like, yeah. Then where's the red sauce? Like pizza has red sauce. That's a pizza. So it's pizza with barbecue chicken on top.
Wait, this guy just opened and you came in and hassled him.
Oh yeah. The guy hated it. I never went back. I couldn't take it. It was all the normal stuff. It's like, dude, you have the normal slice pies. You have all the slice pies everywhere else in the town. Good thing I do wrestling shows like you. Just copy everybody else's wrestling show. Jesus. So made me so hot.
What are you looking forward to most? May 17th. Like what's something that you're looking forward to? Like what if you can say.
I'm looking forward to like everyone coming back. I'm looking forward. That's like this. If everyone comes back, I'll be very happy. We start that once cult following audience that doesn't just come to see a star on TV, you know, that doesn't just come to see someone famous. They come to see the show itself. They come to see the environment that we bring. They come to see like a family of friends that only they get to see at the wrestling show.
Yeah, I'm glad you said family because this was a family gear. Like this was a show for everybody. Let's put it that way. It wasn't like a family show, but this is a show you can bring kids to, and it's perfectly fine. Like there
Yeah,
was,
and I always like going to like wrestling shows to see the same fans, like to say, "Hey man, no way, you're here, cool." So like, it's just a cool social gathering. You know, to trade off like just wrestling knowledge and wrestling ideas and who you see where. Just it's just like it's a fun environment if you're a wrestling fan as well. Just because like I don't know, just become like a big wrestling family in a weird fan way. I can't really explain it. Like I'm sure you know what I'm saying.
I know
Everybody out
exactly.
there.
I know what you're saying. You kind of alluded to it, like a cult following. You want to be like, it's almost like an underdog story. Like
Yeah, like
you're rooting for these guys to succeed because you see you can see it up front, like all the effort that you're putting into it, all the hard work. I mean, you don't get to see like the ins and outs, like the downfalls, like the behind the scenes stuff, but you can see how much effort was put into this show. Like, and I'm sure as much, if not more, will be put into the May show and going forward because this was kind of the first show was the test, basically.
yeah, yeah.
And now that you know what you brought to the table and the amount of people that showed up, like it's amazing. I still find it amazing that you had almost 500 people show up at the door to buy tickets. Like that is amazing. Like,
Yeah, it was unreal. Like another thing I was like taking back because I've been a manager for basically my whole working life in a way. Even though I may even managed a pizzeria that I worked as a kid. Like it was something to take on walking into a show, managing it all that I've never done before. You know, so I had to manage the talent. I had to manage like make sure like catering, which that will be fixed next show. Like the not catering, the food for like in the lobby. You know, like the stuff that we gotta make that a little bigger because a lot of people wait in line too long. You know, so the food aspect's gonna get a lot better, so people aren't like waiting like 20 minutes to get a hot dog. You know, so that's good. We're gonna improve on that, and
it's the little
just like
stuff.
just a little stuff, but like little stuff can really turn into big stuff. You know, and
Yeah.
we're gonna fix that.
I mean, wrestling fans do like to eat. So yeah, I mean, you want to
Yeah,
make sure.
the alcohol aspect was all taken care of. We had alcohol like every corner of the place.
Dude,
You know?
the alcohol was flowing. Except
Yeah.
except it was fucking New York prices. I felt like I was at the stadium, that like Citizens Bank
Were they
Park.
expensive? Oh man.
Yeah, they were pretty expensive. I mean,
Oh,
it
man,
was it's fine, but like, what are you gonna do about it? Like the people that you hired, like they got to make money, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm sure they made a lot of it. I mean, here's what I want to see. I want to see more merch from you guys, like the ACW merch. Just fucking pile it in there.
That was a big pop though, but the ACW merch like almost sold out, which was cool. That was like the last.
You guys had hoodies. Like fucking people just don't put out hoodies. It's always t-shirts.
Yeah,
it's always like
they all sold, and I didn't even get one.
How the hell did you not get one?
I dropped the ball. I was too overwhelmed. I was managing everything. By the time that I'm like, I guess I'll get a hoodie, and they were sold out. They had like triple X. I'm like, who? Usually triple X sell out because like some people are they're hard to come by. But no, I had a triple X. I'm like, I ain't gonna bother wearing that. So like but so like I don't know. Well, it was tough. It wasn't tough. It was just I was happy I had a lot of managing experience my whole life to walk into something. So I had some kind of managing skills to present to the table. And I was also like you don't have time to sugarcoat things. You're just like direct, like do this. See you later. Now to the next issue. Like do this. Oh, yeah, do that the next issue. It's like you don't have time to be questioned.
You got to make sure you got people you can trust then. Because that all comes down to competent people that can handle doing their job.
Yes,
you can manage all you want, but if you're managing a bunch of idiots, then you're fucking.
And that's what it comes down to. We put together a really good team, man. Like with the ACW team that really we put together is like, and we all want it to work. So when you have the go-to guys there, like the go-to guys that like are just helping production and stuff like that, like, hey man, I need this, and they jet and they do it, and they come back and it's done. Like it was kind of like that. Like we had a couple code reds and we put them out like fast.
You guys got Matt Riddle to show up and wrestle. I mean, that was probably fucking hard enough right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was actually really cool with us. I mean, a couple things, but like not really. Like he was awesome, and then he delivered.
Yeah.
You know, I know that. You want to know what he did?
What do you
A little bit of heat. He ate my pizza in the locker room.
do?
Him, DeVito, I forgot who else. They snuck. I had a pizza for the FBI to do a little thing with that, right?
Yeah.
So I get the pizza, I give it to the ref. I'm like, hey man, guard this for your life. Just bring it in the locker room. Right? There's a little thing going on later on. I get down, there's no pizza. I'm like, where the fuck's the pizza? So I go, and DeVito goes, oh man, I'm sorry, but we were hungry, and me and Riddle just went out and just ate it. We thought it was like part for the boys. I'm like, oh no. And so like I'm like, oh, see, that's like a like, even though it's stupid, I like even though it's fun, I actually laughed inside, but like still had to take care of, so I had to call Emiliano's and be like, yo, you gotta send another pizza up here, bro. Like urgent, like 20 minutes. So they got the pizza to me in no time. But I'm like, DeVito, I think it's funny that you guys snuck off and ate all the pizza, but man, I need that pizza. So I had to like call it up. You think? And Riddle's like, yo, that was some good pizza, man. I'm like,
He was probably so gone he didn't know what the fuck he was eating at that point.
it was all fun, man. His match with Nemeth was great.
Delivered. Yeah.
Delivered hard.
They're professionals. They know what the fuck they're doing. You pick
No, they
got the right crew.
Yeah, like they never wrestled each other really before. Just a little thing, like a 2-second thing, but nothing big. Not
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure when Larry talked to Ziggler or Nemeth, that was what he said. He said they did like a dark match or a tag match, and
It was like they were on the ring for a little bit. Yeah. So like this was like the first 1-on-1, and it was really spectacular.
yeah.
And they went all out that late. They were on. They're the main event. So they went on like what 10, 20. At night, and they delivered hard, and the crowd loved it. That was one of the matches the crowd, some of the fans said was like really good. Like when they came out to me, like, "Oh, hey, what'd you think of the night?" They're like, "Oh man, that Riddle match was great." And they also really like GKM, the light heavyweight match,
the triple threat match.
Yeah, GKM really stood out. A lot of fans, and Dante Casanova people really liked. So it was cool that fans came up to me telling me that who they liked, hoping who they liked. Not just the stars. So they dropped some names. Wrecking Ball got a lot of people said Wrecking Ball kill Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball. He added some points to his card on that one. That was
an hour. I think he went an hour.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I have never seen that before.
It was very, very impressive. Wrecking Ball in the Rumble was, I had him picked as my favorite to win, and he fell only that fucking short. But I thought he was going bell to bell.
Yo, that was Wrecking Ball's performance. I wish that could have been on TV. Like just a 400-pound guy going the distance. Like you always see like Rey Mysterio drawing one, Ric Flair, who's known for like doing hour matches. These guys just do an hour in the Rumble, but they're breaded that way,
And he didn't take any time off either. He fucking he didn't take any breaks. He was in it.
Oh man, like I was so impressed. I said to him, like, are you sure, bro? Are you sure? and he's like, dude, I could do it. I'm like, all right, he trained hard for it, but you couldn't tell because he's just a big Wrecking Ball,
He lives up to that fucking name.
Dude, man, he really did it. And I know this is really ridiculous. Not ridiculous. I'm happy it came across this way. I was actually impressed that someone actually felt this. I was at a wake, right? As a wake,
getting dark,
a little bit dark, right? And all of a sudden, a fan I see, a fan that went to all of the shows that Northeast Wrestling shows, and he went to ACW shows, he went to House of Hardcore, he just all the local shows.
He just showed up to a wake?
No, he's already there. He knew someone I knew that knew the person that passed away or whatever. So I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to talk about anything right now. But he comes up to me, he goes, hey man, he goes, I know it's not time to talk, but I just want to let you know that that ACW show was really, really good. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. That's really awesome. He's like, yeah. When Wrecking Ball lost, I felt the same way when The Undertaker lost his streak. And I'm like, really? he's like, yeah, like Wrecking Ball like should have won that because he lasted an hour and he's a big boy. Like I thought you guys were gonna give it to him. And when he lost, I was just so like I felt a certain way, like my soul left my body. And meanwhile, I'm at a wake. I'm like, dude, no souls are leaving no bodies. Go away. Like, stop. like this is at a wake. So I'm like, oh man.
Poor choice of analogy, dude.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. And it was just cool that emotion came out of someone.
Dude, I mean, wrestling does that to people, man. When it's done the right way, it's supposed to give you some feeling. Well, now whatever feeling. Now I'm not going to say that's the wrong feeling to have because any feeling is justified. It depends on the person, but to give someone a feeling, no matter what it is, that's your job. That's what you.
And we all remember when the Undertaker lost his streak, he felt a certain way. Remember, it was like
yeah,
weird,
it was the
feeling.
It was one of the big. We all felt like the guy in the meme. The guy that's fucking jaws on the fucking floor. Like, did that just really fucking happen? I was sitting with
it was like a shock.
Me and my dad were speechless for a good amount of time, and then I finally turned to him. I said, "Did that really happen?" I was like, "That didn't happen." Like, I was like, "There's no way." Like, I was in such disbelief.
I felt that when I was already wrestling for like 15 years. Like I still have felt something. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. That guy. So when people say like, oh, Brock Lesnar shouldn't have beat the streak, but I'm like, I don't know, man. That feeling was cool to feel like they did it. They did that. They made it happen that way. So like that's impressive to get people to feel like millions of people to feel a certain way, the same way. That's like mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
So like.
That's one of those memories that you'll never forget. Like that's one of those things that's like singed into your brain forever.
So I'm like, I mean, the guy's a huge fan of independent wrestling. So like he like really loves the shows. So for him to have a remark like that was kind of funny because like it was like, wow, you really feel that way, huh? He's like, yeah, so that's cool. Kudos to Wrecking Ball. Kudos to Richard Holiday to like make that happen. So. Yeah, it was good. That's how cool, like the performance. Don't forget Holiday. He went the distance too.
Holiday went the distance and is now the champion.
Yeah, he won the championship.
He fucking earned it. He earned it.
He earned it. So like that's what we wanted. Like to be the world champ. Like, well, not the world, the HW heavyweight champion. Like we really wanted like that feeling to get across. And like once again, kudos Wrecking Ball Holiday for making that happen and making people feel a certain way because a lot of fans really were into it, which was cool. On an independent level for him. Like, it's not just spots. They had emotion come out.
Yeah, for a Rumble, too. And a Rumble, if any, like, I'll say this. Any Rumble that's not the Royal Rumble, usually you don't go into it with high expectations. And I'm not...
It's usually a clusterfuck.
Yeah. This one actually had story in it. And you could, everything was like, that's what I like. Everything's easy to absorb and process. Like, I want things that are easy, that I don't have to think too hard about. Like, it doesn't need to be that. It's wrestling. Make it as simple. Yeah. The blueprint's there. Just make it simple.
And we had like a lot of talent in that Rumble. Like, there were really talented guys there. And I know how it is to be
Mr.
on
America.
a big show. Yeah, I know how it is to be on a big show, and I also I have a lot of empathy towards these guys because we are, we always wrestling. So, one thing I don't want people to feel like, oh, I know this is a big show, but I'm just in a Rumble. I'm just in a Rumble. Like I know the disappointment sometimes of when you get to a show and like, oh, you're in a battle royal or you're in a Royal Rumble. It's not disappointing, but you can't really showcase yourself the way you want to. Mm-hmm. So like I said, guys, hey, listen, man, I know you guys feel like I you don't have to say you admit this. I don't want you to admit it. I just want you to feel that I know I have a lot of empathy. And when you come out there, you find some guys to bump your feet off of and get your shit in. Okay. So like when you go out there, get in the ring, get over. Okay. Just don't go in the ring and everyone just stare at everybody and just jump on someone in the corner. Like get ready. Have some guys attack you and you fight them off and do some cool shit, do some cool stuff to get over, some people did. Some people you saw come in and do a flying tornado DDT when they jumped in, like
that was impressive.
That's cool. Like I think it was Keith Youngblood, I believe. It was like Keith Youngblood, Landon Hale. They like Keith Young came in and did it, or vice versa. I'm sorry on both behalves, but
Hey,
either way,
look,
they both.
we're not the
together.
guys that have the best memory, and we don't.
Yeah,
That's the other crew. This crew,
yes,
we're staying in our lane.
So like one of them, like he just jetted in, came up, jumped to the second rope, caught him, and that was his intro. That was like him drawing number like 19, coming and running in, and bam, like hitting the tornado DDT. So that's cool. You know, he showed his agility, so he could do it. He showed he could deliver.
Yeah, and you get the crowd off their feet.
Yeah, go off feet. So that was cool. So when you get the 10 countdown, it doesn't matter who's coming. It doesn't have to be a name, but what's that guy gonna do? You know?
Yeah. It was a very, very, and I'm underselling this, very well executed show. It was a lot of fun. It was well worth the trip, the three and a half
That's the
hour
other reason why That's the other reason why a show can't go too late, because you got people coming all from different cities. You guys would have 3.5 hour drive. Oh, you guys stayed.
Yeah, we stayed over. I mean, we made a weekend out of it. I mean, it was
awesome.
worth. I mean, it helps. It was you guys. I mean, we knew that the effort's going to be there, the quality's going to be there. I mean, we're not one to say that we're not going to travel to support you guys. I mean, I mean, we've been following you guys for it's been years and years now.
I think I met you guys in 2013.
I don't know. I think
it was House of Hardcore in Philly.
Yeah, we had a couple drinks in the old ECW arena. We stayed after the show. We shot the shit with you. I don't think Vic was there at that time, but
nope. Then we got over what's so not now. I think Vic was injured at that time. I'm not really sure.
Might have been. There was a time period where you were flying solo for a little bit.
And then we had fun when doing So Not Now segments. So good.
There's definitely plenty of time and plenty of shit going on in the world that we can bring that back. What's now and So Not Now. There's gotta be something out there in the ether that is now and So Not Now. Oh, I'll give you one. Did you watch any of the wrestling this weekend?
I did not. I was in Fort Lauderdale, but
Fort Lauderdale
Sunday. Yeah.
Ah, fuck. So you didn't catch any Elimination Chamber.
I caught I watched the women's today, the women's Elimination Chamber. I watched some of it, yeah. I'm trying to watch the whole thing, but all
right, so I won't spoil it. But Cody did drop
I know what happened. I know what happened.
Yeah, hearing a pure F-bomb on WWE TV was pretty now. I'll say that. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they don't do it all the time. They waited for like a good moment for it. Like their booking's been top notch, I think.
And plus, it was late. Wasn't it like later in the night?
It was after the last match.
Yeah, so like kids probably sleeping.
well, the kids in the arena weren't sleeping.
That's true. Well, shame on the parents who came up that late.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. Hey, if you're at a show at 11 o'clock, you better beware.
All right. Do you have anything else that you want to promote? Do you want to got anything?
Well, what was now So Not Now? I can still answer it.
Oh, cursing.
Oh, I think it's now.
I think it maybe at one point wasn't now, but I think that the way that they did it, that was pretty now.
I think so too, and it meant something.
Yeah, it adds to. I mean, it had already skyrocketed this feud to main event level.
I mean, just like that, we're into it.
Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy because we were like, well, I didn't think Cody was even going to be like top notch, like because of everything else they got going on. But now it's main event caliber, like just like that.
That's why that goes back to fans just need to be patient.
I mean, I agree, and I can see like because they've been slow playing a lot of build. And it's not even that slow, but it's slow compared to what everybody else has been doing because everything's so fast paced. Everybody wants things. Everybody wants things now.
Now, yeah.
But
we're definitely living in the now generation.
We are and we aren't because I think people want things now, and I think subconsciously that's not now. Like I think you need to give.
I agree, 100%.
There you go. I think
being patient is now, not like back before was now because we want to see moves on so many moves and stuff like that. It was like a little bit of a spurt where we thought that way. But now, no, I like the build up. I like the waiting game. I like being invested in the story. I like making moves mean something. Like I want everything to mean something.
Give me a story.
Give me a story.
I want the guys that can talk me into the arena. And then the match is just a bonus. Like I don't even necessarily care about the match. The matches are cool, but I want to know why you're having the match.
It's like we went back in time and made it now again.
Yeah, that's now.
That's now.
It is. And I think that's a good segue to wrap it up. Now we know May 17th, ACW, Poughkeepsie Civic Center. And we also have March 30th. You'll be coming more towards our way for Fight.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that happened because it looks like a cool venue. It seems like they care.
Yeah, you and Vic will be in the Fight Pro universe for a little bit. Now you have to fight under their rules. You used to that? No. So you're just gonna kind of wing. You're gonna wing it. Vic might come in with a plan.
Then together it works.
Yeah, that's why me and Larry are so successful.
Yeah,
I wing it just like I did this whole entire show, and look, we pulled it off. How about that?
We pulled it off. Yeah. I agree. And plus, like your stuff looks cool. My stuff looks cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we're now.
There's a couple of cool guys.
Is that fucking Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction? Like
yes, it is.
Right behind your head? I think I stared at that the whole show. Patrick Bateman up in the top corner.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah. I got the new I got a little Puppet Master doll just now. Right there on top of the Chucky doll. Yeah. It's a real Chucky doll, by the way.
I know. We went over this fucking last time and it's creepy as hell. But you guys are the horror. It's you, Dutch, Vincent, all those guys, horror freaks, right?
Yeah, we go to like Monster Media and all that stuff.
It'd be cool to get a now style like horror fucking shirt. Like you guys did the They Live. That was
a good idea.
Cool. Like
our tights are cool too. We got them all they lived out. Like they're all They Live themed. Now it's like,
it's more of a cult classic now that like people are bringing it back. It's talked about more.
Well, because it's a documentary.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's a movie documentary of what's going on now. Which is great for us.
Yeah. You're current. You're now.
We're now. I think we made that movie now again. We started the game before it started being now.
Yeah. We're gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go.
That sounds.
I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
great.
Hale, thank you for joining. I think we put on a hell of a show. We'll let the critics decide that, but
yeah,
I think we did it. Appreciate you.
I agree.
And
thanks so much.
We'll be seeing you March 30th.
Sounds great.
All right, man.
We'll see you soon. Live in the now.
Live in the now.